Have you ever grown up in a home that you feel alone? Have you ever been in a place where it treats you like less than you are? We call this place home. Have you ever felt like you've been treated worse by the people that we aspire and look up to, that we call our parents, our elders, our guardians? Lastly, have you ever felt like you're being limited from doing what you want to do in the environment that we live in today? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ernest Lyatto. I'm known as Leon, and I'm an international artist, also a social activist, here to give you messages, deep messages about how we live in today and how things affect our mental health issues. For example, my topic today is generational curses. And what is it? What is generational curses? This is a silent epidemic. An epidemic that has occurred between generations to limit people because of their beliefs, their lifestyle, their behavior, their choices. Hence, it creates a dilemma for the next generation that is in the younger stage to truly grow and develop to become the best self that they truly want to be. These generational curses are there in almost everyone, in each family, in the environment that we live in, when it comes to the workplace, and so on. So what kinds of curses are there? Let's talk about two different kinds of curses in called generational curses. We have curses of abuse and curses of limitation. Let's start with curses of abuse. We have mental abuse, physical abuse, and emotional abuse. When the mentally is speaking about how elders that we can call today as parents, guardians, even people who are older than each other, are literally making the younger generation feel like they're worth less. Make them in positions where they're guilty for choosing and doing what they want to do, or their actions as well. When it comes to emotional abuse, we can speak about how people are affected verbally. Verbally, you know for a fact that how someone will react and respond to another person is because of how they treat them verbally. And so we have an instance where somebody is limited to actually express themselves emotionally because of this. Let's go to another thing, physical abuse. Physical abuse is much more seen as a punishment. Punishment for people that are literally doing something and then they are literally told that they deserve it. People who are also sexually abused, they're also in this criteria as well. And this will not only happens at homes, but in the workplaces as well, in school as well. Let's go off to the different curses of limitation. Let's talk about limitation whereas people lack the knowledge of something. What is it called? Ignorance. When you're ignorant about something, you become blind. You never see the other side of the perspective that is shown by another person. And so you come to believe that you're the only one who's right and neglect somebody else's perspective and way of being. Let's go to another thing. Everybody knows that they have a purpose here, right? But what if you are limiting people from choosing their purpose, and instead you're telling somebody to do your purpose while somebody else has something else? That's called misplaced priority. Priority that was never ours in the first place. Let's go to another thing. Another thing we call the lack of purpose in self. If we don't have or make a stand to what we want to do, who we are, and our beliefs, will be definitely taken over and repeated generational mistakes, traumas, and evermore. And this is why we have the case of family depression being passed on from generation to generation. So you see, these curses are there and they're happening through these things, and how more from actions and experiences and stories. Let's talk about stories. In the stories of today, from the younger age up to today, we're told that respect your elders and their wishes as if they were your own, so that you can be able to succeed in life. But let me ask you this. What if your purpose was set upon something else and they did not allow that? Would it be disrespectful to actually go for what you're born to do if somebody else, per se elder, would wish you to do something else? Let me give you another story. Here's a little girl looking outside the window, wondering, how would life be outside? The crazy story is that many children of today, they're limited from going outside, playing, exploring, even actually socially being engaged with the people that are outside to grow and develop. Now we have a sense of loneliness and FOMO because people like her are limited from enjoying their life outside or growing. Another story we can go to is arranged marriage. You see, many cultures and groups, they aspire to make sure that everybody is set up upon their race, set up upon a definite ethnic background. And so many are limited from even exploring what love would feel like, even outside of their ethnic background or race. And so many people are limited to even experience that because of this. These are just examples of what people like you and me are facing today. For me, I face the fact that my elderly people out there, for example, my parents, the guardians that have come up to live with today, they've tried many times to limit me from the way I look, the way I present myself, the way I choose to public speak, the way my career is set out to be. That's one of the things I'm facing, and definitely there's more people around the world facing that same thing today because this silent epidemic is not talked about, and it's there. Now, how do we realize that this is there? How do we get to notice that it's there? And who are the people? Who are the people that will bring these generational curses continuous? The people that will do that are the people that have faced it. Yes, it's like that. As the saying, the people that will do that are the people that have faced it. Yes, it's like that. As the saying goes, a person that faces something will often bring it to another person, just like a contagious virus. So the same way a child who's experienced childhood abuse will definitely abuse their own because that's the way how they grew up into life, experiencing that way of living. As this silent epidemic continues to take us away in our limitations, in our in our aspirations to actually develop, becoming the very best version of ourselves, we find out these are the solutions to it. Like any other disease. Let me start off, because what now? This is what we have to do. What now we talk. What now we get counseling. We heal. We heal from the trauma and the experiences that we have faced because we need to understand ourselves much more better. And once we got to accept that we've gone through that, we have to be able to be vocal about it. We talk with each other. Because these generational curses are silent because they're not talked about. They're not out there and open. So it's easy to learn into. One so deep. Easy to stay with. Continuing on, another thing that we have to do, another thing we have to do is trust our intuition. And not only our intuition individually, but as a collective. Because there's that little voice inside of you saying that we feel something when someone limits us from doing what we want to do, from thinking the way we want to think, from acting and choosing the decisions we want to make. Lastly, continue on, we make this continuous. We never stop by continuing to talk about this, continuing not only to talk about this, but to educate ourselves in schools, in hospitals, even online and social media. Because you never know that you're facing generational curses until somebody else online tells you that you and him or her is dealing with the same things until they do. And here is my advice to you. Today, you might be dealing with generational curses, but tomorrow, we are the future, we are the ones that is gonna be leading our countries, our homes, our communities. And it's our duty to stop this so that we can make the next generation much more better for them. Thank you so much.